I never thought that I would be like a elder statesman as far as I guess Virginia hip hop goes. It feels amazing to be able to reach back and find talent and help people achieve their dreams. For me, I wish, not saying that I didn't have mentors or people to help me, but I wish there was somebody like that when I was coming up in the early 90s trying to stake my claim and get my name known. I'm at a point in my life now where I get more enjoyment out of seeing others win. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it feels like. It's a double win for me to help people and put them in a position to get heard or get seen or share their talent. Treat the boss the same way you treat the janitor. You never know who you're gonna see on the way up or on the way down. Treat everybody with respect. Pay attention to the energy that people have. It's such a true statement that people might not remember your name, they might not remember your face, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. The common denominator for all of it, of balancing being a pioneer and staying current, is I love music. I don't know where I would be without it. People be like, oh, how do you manage to write songs and ghostwrite for other people and do poetry and DJ and teach? And I'm like, all of that is under that umbrella of music. For me, music came into my life and I've never been the same since. And when I think about all of the amazing people that I've met just through the connection of music, it's a crazy lineage. It's always been and it always will be the music. I just knew that if I was gonna be the vessel, a captain of the ship, then it would be an amazing feat to try to reach out to people that were in my community that were doing the same things. Some of these people have been on the poetry scene for years. Naisha Fox, Steph Love, Carter. She's a 10-year-old poetry slam champion from Washington, D.C. So just A&Ring and kind of knowing where to fit certain people, and hopefully we would turn out with something crazy, and we did. And you know, next thing you know, it's Grammy-nominated. I'm so proud of all of those people that contributed to the project, and these are a lot of them. This is the first time they've ever been on anything that's Grammy nominated, so to watch them grow and just be proud of their work, I was able to share my platform for voices that I felt like should be heard and were just talented. I got a lot of talented friends that might not have all the connections or this, that, and the third, or the label behind them or whatever, but I put people in positions that I know, okay, if you already like me, then I think you'll like this too. That was the nucleus behind all of it. When we started it, it was a process of just doing the music. And then the second day we brought in songwriters and poets and had them listen to some of the tracks that we had in consideration. Everybody kind of went off to their respective corners and just wrote what they wrote. I didn't give them any direction. I was like, write what you feel, write what your heart is telling you to write today. And if you already think it's dope, then it's dope. Like, don't second guess it because you're like, oh, I heard what they did and I want to be in it. Like, nah, just write. And a few of them, Naisha came to the table with a poem about being kissed and it feeling like the first time she had ever been kissed. And all of the things that happen in the moment of somebody closing their eyes and leaning in to kiss someone, the things that happen while that's happening in a person's mind, and I was totally blown away by it. There was another guy in the room named Poetry Lives, and when he heard it back, he was like, I want to do the answer to what she's saying from a male perspective. And I was like, that's dope, do that. That song is called Wednesday's Crush, and it came together amazing. It was definitely some people that stood out and stepped up and totally blew my mind. I'm not sure if everybody grew up with parents or praying grandparents. I know everybody had a praying mother. All parents want the best for their children, no matter what situation they're in. If they only listen to one song, I will want them to listen to Sunday service, and hopefully they come away from that seeking a connection with God, because that day, it starts our week and it's our reset and coming off of the weekend, but we're also getting ready for the week to come. So that day should be a day of rest and relaxation and just resetting. So if anybody listens to just one song off of the album, I will want them to listen to Sunday service. Hopefully that will click something in their mind that makes them think about their own connection with a higher power, whatever you may call them. People love melody. They love to be able to sing along with something. So spoken word is spoken word, and sometimes the words might not be in a melody or they might not be in a cadence. It's not like a rap verse. It's just something you speak and how you feel. I try to couple those around of refreshing music and also something that somebody can get to and sing along with. So even if you might not relate to the actual poem, you might like the beat or you might like the hook, and that might make you want to listen to the words again. I think about that when I'm structuring these poetry albums and spoken word pieces. We in a social media stage, they scroll fast. You only really got 8 seconds to capture somebody's attention. So I try to think about what's a way to pull a person in and keep their attention for a little while. If the words don't get them, hopefully the overall song song will. And then they'll go back and you might find a gem, or you might hear something like, oh wow, I didn't even catch that the first time. It's still songs. I still try to make songs. No disrespect to anyone, but you listen to a 5-minute piece of just me speaking about something might be a little stretched. People don't even look at movies in one setting anymore. People watch 45 minutes of a movie and be like, all right, I'll finish it tomorrow. Unless it's very, very good. I still try to make songs. It was just a big jam session, and we recorded the whole thing, and then we took the pieces that I felt like I liked at my A&RJ. You know, we had like 48 tracks, but I'm like, yo, give people like 3. Like, don't overwhelm them with too much music. Just give them like 3, let them pick. So I played like 12, and people was like, oh, I like track 8, I like track 7, I like track 4. I write to that. And they just went to their respective corners and just started writing. It was a beautiful experience. So the music had just been created the day before. The words and the hooks were created a day after. So it was a 2-day session. And then I just started playing Tetris and placing different things different places. That's why I called it Volume 1, because we got enough music for another 2-3 volumes. The hardest part about bringing people up is everybody can't go. And just because a person is talented doesn't mean that they have what it takes. I remember talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling him one time that he said Quincy Jones had told Will Smith, he asked him a question. He was like, yo, I want to bring my friends, and you know, I want to, and he was like, man, listen, everybody can't fly at 30,000 feet. And he didn't know what that meant. He was basically saying, like, everybody ain't gonna be able to do this at this level. The age that we're in now, a lot of people want things fast. They want instant gratification because they look at that phone, and then you start comparing your life to someone else's, and comparison can really be the thief of joy. So the hardest part is sometimes seeing a person and knowing that they talented, but hard work gonna beat talent every day. It's so many hard-working people that ain't that talented, but they just outworked that talented person. So if you want to play basketball and I got to tell you to come to practice every day, like, yo, you coming to practice? You gonna come practice today? You probably not gonna beat that kid that's just in there shooting 1,000 free throws and 1,000 jump shots on his own, because he put in his hours. It's at 10,000 hours when nobody else is looking, when nobody else cares. That's the person that's gonna make it. And a lot of times we look at people and we go, oh man, they're so good, they're so talented. We don't even think about how long they've been working. Steph Curry been shooting a ball since he was like 4. So it's only right that he would be the greatest shooter that we've ever seen in our generation. He was shooting that ball at 4. Think about that. If you get so good that you're the best in your field, somebody will pay you just to wear those sneakers when you shoot the ball. Like, it's a guy right now who probably takes care of his whole family from riding a skateboard. And it ain't because he the greatest skateboarder in the world. It's just because he's so good, somebody said, I'll pay you to just ride this skateboard. You know what I'm saying? This album is a reflection of you. If you've ever went through a week in your life, or Sunday through Sunday, this album is about you. And I dare you to go and not find something that you relate to on this album. When we're talking about the creation of Words for Days Volume 1, I think people would be shocked to know that it all came together in a short period of time. When you put the right people in the right room, it doesn't take forever to make something special. It's something to be said about knowing who's gonna gel with who and who's not gonna do too much. Or if you have a group of friends, I can't sit here and go, okay, play that in an A flat, because I don't know key. But I did bring a person in who knows that. So he came in, my homeboy Gavin, who was on the last album. When he's a major producer on this album, he did Sunday service. He comes from church. We're recording and he's just playing, and then they're playing along with him, and he's like, okay, give me that in a G, take that down, like, and I'm watching all these musicians that came up in church just cook, and I'm just telling the engineer, just keep recording. The fact that this project came together very quickly because of who was on the court playing. It was almost like a dream team of musicians. And I think they're gonna go on to do great things. They got lifelong friends now, just from us being in those sessions. So yeah, love those guys. It's an 18-year-old girl named Love Jones I saw her at a poetry event. She walked up to me, she introduced herself. She was so young and full of energy, and I just remembered her. You know, I followed her on Instagram, and I saw her get up and do her thing, and I was like, wow, she's amazing. So when I reached out to some of the poets and the songwriters in the city, I reached out to her, and what stood out to me was we set the dates, people RSVP'd, they knew when to come, and when I got there, I went and got food and waters for everybody, and had some snacks around just so everybody would feel comfortable. So I got to the studio early, and she was already there. She was already there like an hour before the session started with her AirPods in, sitting in the corner, and I was like, I said, how long you been? She was like, an hour. I was like, so you just got here early? She was like, well, actually, I caught the bus, and if I'd have caught the next bus, it would have been later, so I caught the earlier bus. And I was like, and she went in there, bro. She sang on 2 songs and she wrote another 2 songs. So she's on the album 4 times. And I'm super excited. She's only 18 on a Grammy-nominated album with a placement, you know, with Estelle singing her vocals. I'm super excited about her. She's such a hard worker and such a genuine spirit. Love her, man, for sure. Shout out to Love Jones. You know, being from Virginia, man, we've always felt like we've had to grind a little harder. A person being able to go somewhere and say, yeah, I'm from Virginia. In the 90s, that was unheard of. Like, people would be like, oh yeah, all right, cool. So now somebody can come to someone and say, yo, I'm from VA. Oh, you from VA? What part? Oh yeah, I'm from where Timberland Missy them from. I'm from where Pharrell from. I'm from where Mad Skillz from. It's names that they can attach to it now. I didn't have no names to say when I was getting in the game. It was Teddy Riley, and Teddy wasn't from Virginia. He was from Harlem. He just was working in Virginia. So the fact that I can get calls from people in Atlanta like, yo, you heard about this artist? Yo, yeah, they dope. Yo, they got the streets on lock. They popping out here. Like, I love when that happens, because that means that your artistry has reached further than Virginia. That's the pathway to greatness. You can get known in your school. You can get known in your neighborhood. You can get known in your city. You can get known in your state. But eventually, you're going to want to be known in the world. Now it's easier to get to people in the world. It wasn't that easy when we was doing it. I wish I could just click a button and send my song to 8,000 people. I know social media is a tool. Sometimes it's a gift and a curse, but use that to your advantage and find your tribe. People can be like, oh, I only got 500 followers. Bro, trust me, 500 people in one room, that's a nice size room. If you really look at it in a physical place, like, don't start thinking, oh, I gotta have 1 million. Like, nah, man, you got 1,000 followers. You can put 1,000 people in one room. That's a good looking room. Trust and believe. Being an elder statesman in this, and people coming to me for advice and asking, how should I move? What should I do? I take that serious, because we didn't always have that in Virginia. I hear artists, man, I watch people, and they deserve to be heard. And if I can provide a platform to showcase their talent and help them get to a bigger place, then why not? They're on a Grammy-nominated album now. From obscurity to being on a Grammy-nominated album, that's a huge step. Like, bro, it's 16 people from one city that worked on one album and it's Grammy-nominated. That's a big deal. If that has ever happened before in the history of Richmond or Virginia, I wasn't around. If I don't stand up and wave that flag and scream their names, then who will? Trust and believe. Like, that's a feat. That doesn't happen a lot. It's important to surround yourself with like-minded people, because the best idea wins. I don't care who came up with it. I just care that the best idea wins. And if you're with your friends and all of y'all have a common interest and all of y'all want to do something, your friends are going to help you. Your friends are going to say, oh man, you should change this word to that word. You should say it like this. Oh, that's kind of fire. And then everybody else in the room like, woo, that's crazy. Like, you wouldn't have did that on your own. You thought you were finished when you said this, and then one of your friends said, yo, won't you say it like this? And everybody was like, woo, that's the power of collab. And if y'all want to be together and make a name in this industry, nobody does it by themselves. It's all collaboration. The best ideas are birthed from a room of people going, I think that's it. What you think about this? Or that little person that goes, I got an idea, but I think it's probably, y'all probably gonna say it's trash, but I was thinking da-da-da-da-da. And then everybody like, oh, that instills confidence in that person, and that creates that whatever moves out of that studio was the best version of what y'all could make that day. And the power of collaboration, bro, there's no limit to how far you can go if you don't care about who gets the credit. Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy, Mad Skillz, VA all day, 2 up, 2 down. And right about now, you checking out FrequencyVA. Yeah.